Try that again. Good evening. All right, G should catch the chaser. It did a little dance there. I didn't know if it was actually gonna pick it up or not. Oh, these nodes are all a mess. Is that like every single one of these are partially depleted? Oh, that's so annoying. Like, I just want a fresh node. All right, events for today. Away teams, I got that one completed earlier. Straightforward stuff. Nothing surprising there. Aggregation. Same as we've had the whole arc here. Dropped from 20 to 15 hostiles. Heroic is still a little too crazy for me. Heroic still a little too crazy. We got AMS going on for this. Slowly working away at the mission key hunter. Have an upgrade, artifact upgrade SLB. Hostile Hunt. Chronicle of the Descendant. Chronicle of the Descendant. Chronicle of the Ascendant is ship day today. I was able to finally max my Revenant, so I got pretty good score on there. I didn't do as good as I thought I was going to off of it, but it took a nice chunk out of this. Apex Outlaw. I did the Vindicator event during my lunch break. That was 5 armadas, I think, out in G6 space. G6 solos. Cube Thursday. Gotta get a couple more of these ones. We'll work through that with the aggravation hostiles. Get some progress there, and probably go pay a visit off to Augment Exile space and knock down some epics, get some epic splitters. Make sure my crew's all here. Sometimes I never know when I send stuff off to TC defense what I have left on the ship. So I'm pretty sure this is still just 3 hostiles that can be killed right now with the building level. I was able to get it up to 44 today or something. But I saw that they posted an announcement saying that there was going to be an AMS for doing upgrades to the building starting on like Saturday or something. So I'm going to hold off the rest of my upgrades for that. It might have been an alliance or like a regional ALB or something like that. So probably not going to be that great to do, but still worthwhile to rack up the points wherever you can there. Damn it. I just wanted to get the ship sent home so I could come back out. I forgot we started a new TC Trailblazer. I have to make sure to join the next TC defense. What is that? Sunday? Actually, we'll go this route. Well, they did go away. Why are they going all the way across the system like that? That's weird. I shouldn't judge people's actions because I'm sure people look at my actions and are wondering why they made, why I thought that that was a smart thing to do, but intent makes things very difficult to understand sometimes. Oh. A ghost of its former self, an empty shell. I think that's one more trip needed. Yeah. Okay, that part is done. How long do we have this event running for? Alright, that wraps up tomorrow. I was thinking if they maybe did it a little bit longer that I could possibly grind some of that out this weekend. Alright, I'm gonna go kill some Romulans for my FKR daily. Also do some nice finishing off in the cut them down SMS. Yeah, there's a few explorers for me to beam. I'm at a weird spot in my ship's ability where I can do the 67 explorers, but I can't do any other classes of 67s here. Otherwise, I can do 68s and 2 beams. I don't think I can do any of the 69s within 2 beams, though. Alright, cut him down is finished. I still got Pinnacle of Power running. I like that you do get just enough information over the banner at the top to be able to keep you updated on the events that are popped when it works. Also, getting a little bit of choice in what things are displayed there has been kind of nice too. Come on, lag. There we go. I think that one got skipped. I'm pretty sure that was queued. Unless that had just spawned. Your Shire queue's been a little bit funky these last couple of days, it seems like. Or else we just had an update, so I was a little more sensitive to trying to look for things. Hi, Lord Iscarion, how you doing tonight? No, Sazanzo came to visit. Well, I appreciate the visit. It's been a really, really chill night. This month so far has been super laid back. Because like the actual like time commitment to this arc and loop right now is like really, really low. Which is good because it allows us time to go back and backfill into a couple of the previous things that we've been working on. Okay. So that's Pinnacle of Power. Let's go ahead and pull this back. And then I think, okay, I did Borg Cube earlier today too. So I think that leaves me freed up to go do Augment. Take a run through the events really quick just to make sure. Done, done. Not doing, not doing. Doesn't matter. Not doing, not doing, not doing. Doesn't matter. Artifact upgrade. Pretty good chance it's second. I'll have to check that one in the morning to see if it's worth playing into or not. Or if tomorrow's events has any kind of mechanic that warrants artifact upgrades. It's not likely because we just had it yesterday or the day before, but Doing, not doing. I think I did that earlier. Yeah, I grabbed that chest. The Chronicle of the Ascendant. So I still have some ship upgrades to do. My refinery's not up for about another hour for most of my ships. Distinction extinction about getting the tech things. It is. Okay, I was wondering if that was just damage. Okay, so we're good here. I think the 68 is where I started to go now. I did actually do that for my event. Scrapping the Revenant and rebuilding it. I actually got it to the level 71 for the first time. So it lined up perfectly for me to be able to do it. It didn't give as many points as I thought it was going to do. It was a good chunk. But with all the efficiencies and everything that you get off of it, you know, it's not super rewarding. I think half of this was maybe my relativity. Like I had a component in the Reliant, a component in the Serene Squall. I don't know if it was one or two components to get to tier 15 to get to tier 15 on the Revenant. And I may have done a GS31. I had a bunch of ships that I had like one component ready. The relativity I'm actually ready to tier. But I'm waiting for that refiner or the DTI store. So that I can do my parts pulls and then upgrade it and do my next parts pulls. It's been very, very hard to resist hitting the button on to tier up on that one. And then I think I haven't touched the Eviscerator or the Protector yet. I kind of want to wait for I think it was the Protector until I had the little bit more stuff to be able to do it. So I'm gonna try to save on that, and I'm saving on the Epic Refined Transigen to be able to get some of the efficiency exocomps. Try to use them whenever possible, but sometimes it's tough to get the stuff saved up for the really good ones. Like the relativity, like I don't know if I'll ever even get that one. Vindicator, yeah, the relativity, Vindicator are epics. The Eviscerator and the Protector are what, uncommons? Uncommon and rare. So like I can do those ones. If I need to do anything extra after I get the relativity up, then I'll do that one. Oh, let's see if we've got enough for this. I don't know if the RNG's in my favor or not. I haven't tried much today. That does not look in my favor. And that's why I saved a couple of jumps. I just never believe I'm gonna be able to get this until like the third try. Like it uses my full chances a lot of times. That felt more positive. Okay. Well, good. Then we can just go to town on the rest of these guys. Oh, I forgot about the chaser. That was closer and I should have let it be. I don't remember how tight I am on being able to do like oh, this isn't bad at all. I did some more upgrades what the other day in the events for the Ascendant in the augment store. I did quite a few of the favors in there, and I think some of that stuff might have been some additional isolytic damage and defense that might be helping here. Apex barrier, you know, something along those lines. And then the extra research from the villains research tree. I guess there's a little bit in there too, so I feel like I'm doing about twice the hostiles per hull here than I normally would be. One of those things where like a bunch of little things makes a big difference. Like I might not even have to be skipping the interceptors. I could be getting close to the point where I can start doing a speed crew at some of these. Speaking of which, okay, I don't have enough of the officers at home to send out the Reliant. But I should send out the Revenant and start doing leveling on that thing. On his speed. Upgrade this to 5. Get the first slot unlocked. Then I can put beer on here. And I'm gonna send that. Actually, I'm gonna send this to 56 space and see what it does there. I imagine it's gonna do pretty dang good. Oops. All right, let's get this queue filled up. Oh no, that's right. This is still in that damaging area. The hyperthermic decay is annoying. How strong's a 51? I'm pretty sure 51 and 59 are all the same. Hyperthermic by 50. Oh. Wrong ship. That's 50. So I need to be in the 49 space. I was trying to avoid the 49 space and play in the 50s. See how busy this is. Yeah, it's pretty busy. Let's try the 47. If 47's busy, I'll try 45. If 45's busy, then maybe I'll just go hit the Oh, 47 isn't bad. See how many explorers we can knock out before we actually die here. Why am I so slow? Alright, we'll let that repair. We'll queue up more hostiles. So I can get a couple of milestones out of this at least. I'll probably try to aim for at least the first milestone on the harder heroic. I don't actually care that I complete it, but if I'm gonna put progress in, I might as well get to one of the milestones. I don't even know how much ship XP this is really gonna give me. Oh, that's not bad. That's already 6 levels. So I've already earned another below deck slot. That'll make some pretty decent progress towards the towards getting things unlocked for the armadas. If I can get at least like 4 below deck slots unlocked, that'll give me my 3 status officers and 3 status officers and critical. That's stall out. That's stall out. Alright, let's send this back off to augment. Boy, that's so close. 10 more warp. Like, there should be something out there that gives out 10 warp, I would imagine. Like some research or something to give me an extra 1 point. I have to look and see if one of my fleet commanders has any like rare skill points that I just haven't done yet. I know Kirk has it, and I'm pretty sure that one's maxed. No one else. I think I have the quantum slipstream. I think I have it assigned on my Vindicator right now. Yeah, and I'm not 100% certain if I'm willing to give up any hostile killing ability for it. Because I'll probably need as much as I can get to go to the 70 system. Oh, where do we want to go? I don't know if that's a spawn point or not right there, but... That's always the toughest thing about these bigger queues for the Kirshara is trying to gauge where these hostiles are gonna bounce. What are the chances this is about to die? That's not too bad, actually. Stop. Okay. I don't have it unlocked yet myself, but it looks like it has critical chance and mitigation, at least to add addition to the warp range. Oh. I probably haven't unlocked it yet. Or upgraded it enough yet. I'm not thinking of that. I'm thinking of the... multiphasic chamber. That's the one I was thinking of. That one's only plus 10. That would be enough. So is that why everybody always talks about the quantum slipstream? That's... No, you're talking about the correct thing. I was just thinking about the incorrect one. Oh, you did call it a chaos tech. Okay, never mind. Thank you for the follow, Vosh. How are you doing tonight? When you put in, did you get the quantum slipstream CT? I thought when you put in CT, I thought that was just abbreviating Cottontail. That's how I read your message. Doing well. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday to you as well. Yes. Okay, that's why everybody's over the always wanting to get the quantum slipstream. I didn't even realize that was a percentage based on the warp range boost. I'll have to put focus towards that because I know that's... Is that in section 31? Or is that DTI store? Augment? I know it was in one of these dang stores. Okay. Ah, yes, the epics. That'll have to become a focus. I'm getting in there. The 500. Sometimes I wish there was a trade up instead of just a trade down option. 500, 350. As I get the Reliant leveled up, that's gonna help out a lot. I'm doing pretty good in the epic credits. I'm in the 68 system right now. The free Reliant, yeah. Yeah, but getting into that 62 system, that helps a lot. There's no award for that there. Most of this stuff isn't on epic credits yet. These all multi-tiered. These are all multi-tiered. It's just kind of weird that it doesn't show level 1. But I guess if it's not unlocked yet, it's not a level. What's my ops level? I am 67 right now. Only 64 till this weekend, then hitting 65. It goes so fast. G6 has gone by so fast. I feel like this is by far the quickest generation I've played in this game. My Reliant started G6 on the August 11th. Yeah, I totally believe that. Like getting through, what is that, 65 to 66 was a little bit rough. Not bad. But the I'm starting to run a little bit into the beat up wall, but some of that's just my refusal to spend a lot of time in the mirror universe. Like, it doesn't hold me back very much at all. Like, I've got just like a straight natural progression in the game right now where it's kind of like all lined up together. So I'm not in a hurry to go to 70 because I don't have the rep that I need for things yet, but it's going pretty good. My Reliant is auto grinding as we speak in a 44 system. It's gonna be a while till I can get epics for more than the loot goblins. Yeah, my Reliant, I think I tried my first 52 with it today, and I didn't pay attention to how it did. I know it blew up, and I don't know if it was blowing up on the first or the second one, but it blew up very fast. It's doing pretty good in the 50 system. But I mean, that just helps out a lot just to keep the commons and uncommons in stock. I can keep progressing up here and getting the epics and stuff off of this, and just keeping the burden off of having to go circle back and do runs for commons and uncommons has been nice. My NT does through the 60 system, but doesn't do well higher, unfortunately. Need to finish maxing it. Yeah, the G5 ships do well into the 60 area, but they have some difficulty getting up higher than that. I don't know if it's just the base isolytic, or if it has something to do with the piercing, or if it's just straight DPR, but it's actually like one of the instances where like a G6 ship actually does better than a G5 ship. That was my experience, at least, as I was graduating into the 60s to try to get the grinding done. Getting the G6 rare helped out a lot because of the extra piercing that's there. You can do it. You can load the system. There we go. Alex is a good dream. Yeah, they're all pretty decent. Like, it really shined with the Flashpoint hostels. That was one of the things I was kind of disappointed about the Flashpoint arc getting put on hold. Is that was I felt pretty dang good with how I was doing with the hostels there. I think I had a pretty good grasp on things. I'm not saying that I miss it, but it took a lot of trial and error and testing and stuff to find some good combinations. I mean, there's a small chance that by the time Flashpoints really comes back around, I might be level 70 with like a scimitar or something. Which that will definitely make a big difference on the way that the loop pans out. And I could probably take my Kaskari after the level 70 system too. I just never really have yet. I think after I unlock the insta warp for it, it's probably going to take a little bit. You got a second to look at my base in stfc.pro? I sure do. Let me see. Oh, let's see if I can remember how to do this. We're looking by power? We can try by power. I hate that it doesn't immediately jump towards the name that you have. Where does that put you? What is this sorted by? That's the rank 37,480. Level 56. That's a tough question. Like the best answer to give it is, you know, like, are you able to, and is it gonna prevent you from being able to do things? Because yeah, there's not much reason to stay. But as long as you think you can do your dailies and everything, I mean, push it. For the most time, it's Yeah, for the most part, then if you got your efficiencies and stuff where they need to be, yeah, go get your epic ship. Or go get to 60 and finish out your rep grind and get your epic ship. Because yeah, you'll want to use that epic ship through 65 for sure. Because like the G6 uncommon, not really a great ship. It's not bad, but it's not great. The biggest reason to level up the G6 uncommons is to get your cube up there. Well, and it doesn't have to be max. I mean, it only has to be like tier 10 or something like that. Yeah, if you max most of your stuff, yeah, just start that push for 60. Get yourself ready to go whenever there's a good reason to go to G6. Camping's a very tough thing to do in today's game. It's I think the only realistic reason is for catching up on research. You know, like once you get that efficiency research and stuff caught up, like there's not a lot of reason to stay at a specific level. Unless you're doing it for events and leaderboards. Like that's kind of another one, but you end up missing out on a lot. Yeah, when I did mine, I had I had a maxed out whatever the rare battleship is. I can't even remember that far back now. I had that maxed out, so I was able to get my Dare decks built up right off the bat. Newton, yes, thank you. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. The only reason I even built the ship was to scrap it for the Dare decks. So I mean, maybe that's my excuse. Is I built it explicitly for the scrapyard. I don't even know if that thing saw combat once. Like I may have brought it out to an armada just to say that it did something. Yeah, I built the Tribune afterwards because I finally had um the away team's credits to get the blueprints to upgrade. Alright, so Trix is hitting interceptors by the looks of things. So I will leave interceptors untouched. The Daredex is pretty. I got into a weird spot though, because I ended up building all three. My last three ships were all battleships. So I had a Negvar, I had a Daredex, and I had the cube. And when they started introducing those events where you had to use the specific ship types, it made it extremely difficult. Extremely difficult. Like, I was fine, like, all the normal day-to-day stuff, but when they started asking those weird things is when I started getting screwed over. It was a little bit tricky, even like with doing solo armadas. It kind of backs you into a weird corner. Going Valak's only because the crystal output is higher. That's a really good tactic. That's a very good tactic, because I have definitely noticed that crystal seems to be in much stronger supply. Where are we at? 5? Because I mean, even in the rares, I mean, it's 3 to 1. Uncommon, it's 20% more. Yeah, plus they got the event screwed up too, that's right. So the event rewards. I always forget about that. That's such a shit show thing. God, do we even have an example of that? Well, I guess that would be in this store. Because, like, that's 188 with 693. That's 103 380. That's 380. Or 103 380, yeah. So stupid. That's so stupid. I still don't understand that. Like, I don't know if somebody somewhere told them, oh, we don't get enough crystal, and they just boosted the amount of crystal to try to fix some feedback stuff, or if somebody just straight up loves the way crystal looks. I only found out about that. Somebody told me about that last month during the event, and I forgot about it already. Like, it's crazy to me that they have it set up so weird like that. I can understand if there was like a 10% variability between the different types. Especially if it was like one has a little more uncommon and one has a little more rare. But yeah, just like straight up 50% difference, twice, 100% difference. Only because miners require crystal. I guess that's kind of fair because the miners don't carry over from G5 100%. Well, that still sounds like a temporary thing. It's always been uneven like that? Is it really? Have I just never noticed it throughout my entire SDFC career? Hi, Retro Fury. How's it going tonight? I mean, the good thing is I find it more funny than infuriating. But if it's always been like that, I guess there's nothing to get mad over. I always felt like it was a little bit of a favor towards gas, I thought, for a while too. It always felt like explorers were easier to level. I don't know if that's just due to competition in research and buildings is different. It annoys the OCD. I totally get that. Like, I definitely understand, like, when they have, like, the treasury and it's oriented to a specific, like, ship type. Like, how that could be different. Good night, Vosh. Thanks for stopping by, and thanks for the follow. Have a good night. Yeah, it would be nice. It would be nice if everything was even, though. I used to keep a spreadsheet. For doing my upgrades that I'd always have to update every time, like, ops went up, so that the payouts and the packs changed. And it seemed like the pack stuff, the pay stuff was always very even and predictable. Maybe that's where I based most of my understanding of how everything was in the game. That was always some kind of a baseline you could look at one time and understand. And like I get like these normal events that are paying out, you know, like titanium and the crystal. Like, I can understand how this could be a different value than like its equivalent in ore or dilithium. As a new server, there's a lot of spenders trying to catch up. I can believe that. I gotta imagine that's a very interesting dynamic, because like even the new servers, they start off at like do they start off at the cap of 50 or they start off at the cap at 60? I know for the longest time they had it capped at 50, and then they had the Ascension to get you to 60. I have so many of the Ascension keys. I wonder if that's easy to find. Yeah, I've got 2,000 of the Ascension keys still. They didn't alphabetize this, did they? No. It just happened to be at the top, okay? That'd have been crazy. Well, I mean, it was always tied towards the Epic Armadas and the alliance I was in. You know, we were running Armadas all the time, so even if I wasn't trying to do the event, I was still getting completion for it. And I'm pretty sure like I had pulled the trigger to start the operations upgrade, but I didn't push it right away. I used an Enterprise and an Eclipse Epic to ascend to G4. Yeah, I was probably using my I was probably using my auger in pirate strongholds. The ones over by Klingon space. That was kind of like our system. I'm not gonna say we had ownership of it by any means, but like we were there a lot. Yeah, that was definitely a good cheat. Like even doing the like the regular Armada events, doing the ones in TC space, because you'd get full credit for half of the directives, and then there was the Klingon burial ships where it was like full credit for a tenth of the directives, and it only had like a 3-minute timer and stuff. Or was it just a 3-minute timer and you still got partial credit, but it was just that it went so fast that it was still netting a benefit? I don't remember. Those were good exploits. Those were so good of exploits. They fixed the scoring on that, so it counted the number of directives you spent instead of the Armada type. But it was still pretty good because they were rarely used and it was a really short timer, so it was still pretty decent to use for a while. And then after they updated the spawn timer on them, then it became a little bit less necessary to get creative, but it was a good cheat code to use for a while. Yeah, every once in a while I kind of get nostalgic and I go back and I try to find like what I think is the oldest piece of memorabilia that I have accumulated. And I think that'd be an other. I think the Alpha and Zeta tokens are probably the oldest thing that I have. I've also got like the original mirror. The original mirror sigil. It'd be interesting to track some of this back to see what the vintage of them actually is. I think my cubes died twice going back to augment space now. Still have the novice transfer token. I think I was above the level that they had that available. Forgotten Relic. I can't place Forgotten Relic. I think the Mirror Sigil was around the time that they introduced the ISS Jelly. Because I kind of think that was all tied in with the Mirror event. The transfer token was the Forgotten Relic. That's fair. Okay. I think I'm gonna do my DTI claims. And do my relativity upgrade. And see if there's not some good movement on some parts. Actually, the biggest reason I wanted to wait was my credit information directives claim was tonight. And I'm guessing and hoping that that will reset with the ship. I don't know if it will or not, but I figured it was worth waiting to see. It'd be a good bonus if it does. I don't expect it to, but... Okay, so that's everything there. Okay, so we've already got 2 components that are available to upgrade. The daily gift upgraded. Nothing here, nothing here. That didn't change. The parts changed. It's not a very big jump. I was kind of expecting tier 9 to tier 10 to be a pretty good jump, but... Okay, that's... Nothing new, nothing weird. Just the daily gift mainly. Okay. So that still leaves us at 2, which is Impulse Engine and Warp Engine. I'm so glad that I spent the extra loot over the last couple of event stores or tournament stores, the Alliance tournament stores, to do upgrades for the Kirshara. Okay, so I can already get to the 70 system here. I can get to the 70 system here. So there's not much benefit to actually upgrading warp engines on relativity. I can do impulse, but this is an explorer, so it's not going to really add a lot to it. So I'm going to hold off and wait until I can do shield and hull. That leaves the Eviscerator next in line. We have not hit Master League yet, but I don't think I really want the Kirshara. I like breaking everyone else's. It's not hard to do. So I'm only going to be able to do one component. Because even if I do the efficiency... I don't think that's going to tip the scales enough to be able to do 2. Oh, it will. Just tip the scales enough to be able to do 2. So I'm going to do my refine. Here, get my parts. That might be enough. You can tell when you did it and they stop and linger for minutes. Yeah, I think I've gotten pretty good at catching it for the most part. Like, I don't do it passively an awful lot. I do it actively more than I do it passively. I broke it myself on that one. But it's hard to tell sometimes because, like, if I go to a different menu, you know, like, it doesn't take long to run through, like, 8 hostels. Yeah, I mean, it breaks just as often with other people in the system as it does with nobody else in the system either. Like, when I'm doing group armadas or group defenses, wave defenses, I'll actually turn it off when I enter, so that I don't use it, because it can do some real funky things in a wave defense. Okay, so that should... No, that wasn't quite enough. $523 and $618. So that's $1141. Oh, that is... It's 1.4. Okay. I mean, even during the solo wave, sometimes it gets... If the game's at all laggy during a solo wave, it's worth turning off too. I can do the cargo bay, but man, I hate to do the cargo bay. I'll have to just do the big gun. No, that is enough for the little gun too. Sweet. Good deal. Yeah, it gets really interesting if you're using the GS-31 and you use its beaming ability inside of a wave defense, because you don't know where it's gonna go, so it's hard to plan for the queue being broken by it. Alright, so that's my first aggregation heroic. Starship Ascendancy, we finished off the SMS. That's a long ways to get to the next milestone. Oh no, that was the milestone I wanted to hit. Okay. So we can pull this one back then. Alright, I'm gonna look at the Ascendancy. So the SLB, I'm in 17th place. These have been pretty dang static. Like, if I go to bed in the top 25, I'm usually going to be in the top 25 when I finish. The other was the Protector. So I've got a lot of upgrade options here. None of these are really super important though. Like, I'm limited by warp range more than anything else. Like, warp range, drill, and cargo capacity are like the three things that matter for Protector at this point. So I don't think I'm going to spend any of these until I have enough to fully tier this ship. Because it's not gaining me any combat advantage. And I've already got that collected. GS-31 we can collect. Vindicator we can collect. NX-01 is max, so that doesn't really matter. Isomatter done. None of these other things have ship implications. I don't need warp engines here. I don't particularly need cargo bay either. But that is good points for the event. So like 2 more days I can get this up to tier 6. And then Vindicator. That's probably 2 more days as well for that one to upgrade to tier 8. And then it might be able to do a G5 Armada or a G6 Armada. Maybe. It's got to be getting close. Should be able to at least do a G5 Epic. I don't think I can do a G5 Epic solo with it yet. That one's done, that one's done. Artifact I'm going to check on in the morning. The second place is still open on this one. I've got a pretty decent amount of artifacts ready to upgrade. I might do the 2 mastery ones. Because those ones should be... Those are at first reset. So I'll wait to do those till tomorrow after I see what the status of that event is. Oh, let's see what we got in our loot chest. $45,000 transigen multiplier manipulators, a couple Sanctus blueprints, some repair speed ups, 3,500 champion trophies, 1 15-minute Sigma speed up, and then some various 6-star and 5-star parts, some 4-star parts and 5-star parts. That's a pretty good variety. 30 recruit tokens. Hi, Apocalypse Outpost. How's it going tonight? I keep on clicking on aggregation when I want to click on transition. I haven't got the hang of stuff being repositioned quite yet. Tired and grinding mission and everything. Yeah, that's kind of the name of the game. Yeah, I've been thinking about taking time on Mondays and doing like random missions, especially now that they have the missions thing in the Box Club beta. I think I'm gonna start using that and trying to do some random missions. Might turn into a channel point redemption. should set this back out too. All right, ship G again. Should be pulling all the heat. Sometimes they're like all come in at the same time and it's too close to call which one's actually going to pull the aggressive. That one should be perfect. Alright, run through refinery quick. So I got my transition stuff set the way that I wanted to. I didn't want to pull anything until duck season, rabbit season. I didn't want to pull anything in the transition refinery until I knew that I had the efficiencies pulled today that I wanted to use. I should have made sure that I didn't pull Revenant. Okay, I took that one off. I wanted to make sure before I accidentally pulled the parts for that. Man, I tell you, Ultra's got some of the good emotes out there. Like I swear half the time when I look at chat and there's like a really cool emote, it's like Ultras, and I'm like, nice. All right, so I'm running out of these. Yeah, it's always a good thing to have good emotes. I mean, that was the biggest reason that I wanted to become an affiliated streamer was just to be able to have the emote slots. Okay, that's set. Cool. I think I'm ready to wrap things up for tonight. Where did that go? There. Let's take a peek. Who's streaming tonight? Did it all for the emoji. I do like that Kermit one, man. That is a pretty good one. Let's head on over to DJs. Thanks everyone for stopping by tonight. Feel free to copy one of the raid messages. If you're a subscriber, you can use the subscriber message. If you're a follower, feel free to use the follower one.